Okay, so why again is this whole issue of millions of years? I mean, why is it such a big deal? Because what we're saying is this, that millions of years is actually the attack that's hitting the church at the foundation. And man, I used to think this was a side issue. In fact, I get irritated when people would get into this because I would say there are so many other things that kids are dealing with that we've got to address. I mean, I'm walking through the halls in these schools and I'm saying, I know their family situation. I know their family situation. I know their dating situation. I know this person's suicidal tendencies. I mean, there's a lot of things going on. And here's what do I have to offer as a Christian? God's Word, the one unchanging place of hope, the good news that, hey, life's going to be different someday. So you attack that book. How do you attack that book? This idea of millions of years. Millions of years. Number one, it doesn't go against it undermines the Bible because the Bible clearly teaches against that. So you can look at the day video or the 6,000 year video, and it'll explain how the Bible doesn't disagrees with it. An easy place to see this is just the order of how things come about with God's Word. In Genesis 1, you've got the earth comes first and then the sun. But with the Big Bang, you've got the sun comes first, and then you've got the earth, and then life on the earth. What we don't realize is that it's millions of years is like the house that evolution lives in. I mean, without millions of years, you can't have it. And so we're sitting here saying, we just want to fight evolution, but we're building a house for it. Or another way to think about it, it's like it's the road that evolution travels on. A lot of time we'll say, hey, you know what? We'll take that old road and we'll pave it for you. No problem. Millions of years, not a problem. And all the while, evolution travels right down that road. And we would never let, someone carry a handgun into the school system, but yet when you think about it, the Bible talks about us we're fighting a spiritual war. Millions of years does much more damage to the possibility of our kids' future for eternity than what a physical bullet ever could. And yet it's approved, in almost all school systems, secular or Christian. Millions of years, this idea, it's flying around our school systems and it's attacking our kids' faith and belief that the Bible really is God's Word. Because why wouldn't it be true from the first to the last verse, if so? And what happens is it's the first step of compromise that attacks the Bible. See, we say Genesis, thousands of years, no big deal. I'll just put millions of years in there, and that way I can build a bridge to all my friends that are in science and secular science today and what they're saying. I don't have, why fight a fight when you don't have to fight? Hey, I'm still a Christian. I still believe God did it. I still believe in creation, and so, so what if you did it over millions of years? God still created it all. So what happens is now you've laid the foundation, and it's a slippery path. And then, we're trying to match up to science. We're saying, hey, look, if you're going to believe in millions of years, of course, what's the problem with here comes evolution right behind it. So now we replace evolution to cover creation. I'm still a Christian. People say, I'm still a Christian. God just used evolution to do what he's done to get us where we're at today. Again, we've talked about evidence. It's all about interpretation. And so now we've got a whole society of American Christians who maybe they believe in evolution, maybe they don't, but more and more they're trying to say, look, if we know it's millions of years and we're taking popular science, evolution is just right behind it. And guess what? Evolution paves the way for atheism. And the next thing you know, people are throwing their faith away. And you don't have to take my word for this. I mean, they're telling us that this is what's happening. Watch this clip. They're going to tell you that right after millions of years, they're going to go, yes, evolution paves the way for atheism. And it's just what happens. So over and over, you see this. Watch it in their own words from the movie Expelled.